Hello and welcome. I am o jogador em temporal, and this is me trying to bring more players to this amazing game. By the end, I want you to at least be neutral about it, and maybe even willing to give it a try. With that said, let's just jump into it. Why is Rocket League for everyone? Yes, this is that soccer car game you may have heard about. First thing you should know is that I am from Brazil. Soccer, or football, is maybe one of the first things that people think about my country. And I just don't care about it. I don't hate it, I just don't care. It's not something my parents cared when raising me. So naturally, I also didn't grow up liking it. Back when Rocket League launched on PlayStation 4 as a free PlayStation Plus title in 2015, I completely ignored the game, solely because of that. I thought, well, I don't care about football or games about football. This is not for me. A couple years later, I became a PC player, and with the purchase of a new graphics card, a GTX 1050, I got the game for free as a bonus. I still ignored the game for the same reasons. Not too long after, I was invited by a friend to play it, and since I already own the game, let's give it a try, got nothing to lose. And as you can see, I have played it for a few hours. A few dozen hours. Okay, I have played this game for hundreds of hours. Almost 1800 hours. This long intro was just to tell you that this game is for everyone. I hope that you can believe me with all that in mind. Why is it good? What's special about it? Now, you may be wondering, isn't this just a game about scoring goals using cars? Always? Isn't this boring and repetitive and doing the same thing again and again, match after match? Well, yes. But do you know what isn't always the same? People. People are never the same. One single person is never the same he or she ever was. Even if you really try, you can't. We are always changing somehow. And with change there comes mistakes. And any mistake at first can be a curse. You may feel frustrated, you may feel anger, you may feel like you're the worst. We make mistakes from the moment we are born, and we still can't always cope with it. But you know what else change brings? Self-improvement. When we change, we make mistakes, and when we make mistakes, we evolve. That is what makes us humans, learning from experience. And that, my friends, is what makes Rocket League such an addictive game. The constant feeling of improvement, of evolution, growth, progression. And I need to clarify, I am not talking about ranks, I am not talking about levels. I am talking about your own personal feeling of development. You yourself will feel that you're improving. It's something you just know when you're playing. Of course, you're not just feeling, you're seeing yourself doing better and better at the game. It could be your first area goal, it could be your first epic save, it could be anything as simple as learning to land on your wheels. Each smallest thing you will accomplish will just keep making you feel good, even if you do not realize it at the moment. Rocket League is somewhat like playing a music instrument. It doesn't matter if you know the chords or advanced mechanics. Just knowing isn't enough. You need to practice until you're able to control your car good enough that you can apply these skills at will, physically perform these abilities, without thinking. While you're having fun and feeling good about simple stuff, you're also thinking less and less about how to control the car, slowly turning into a second nature. You see, you're improving both physically and mentally, controlling the car better and learning game strategy. Such an amazing feeling, really unique to this game. I'm interested. How hard is it to start playing? Couldn't be any easier. You can go forwards, backwards, jump, double jump, dodge to any direction, boost and slide. Your boost isn't infinite, you can have a maximum of 100. Small pads give you 12, big pads give you full boost. Defend your net, score goals, you can bump others, you can explode others if you hit them at supersonic speed. When you reach supersonic speed, you do not lose speed if going straight. Save your boost. Also, other than the size or hitbox, basically every car is the same. All items are cosmetic. If you don't modify your car at all, you have no advantages or disadvantages against anyone. The only thing that's going to improve is your personal skill. From the start, you have all you need to be as good as the best. Well, other than skill and experience. Matches are 5 minutes long. If the scoreboard is tied after that, an overtime counter starts going up and the first team to score wins. Congratulations, now you know everything you need to know. That was Rocket League 101. What game modes are there? The standard is a 3 vs 3 match. There is also solo duo where it's a 1 vs 1 match, a duos or 2 vs 2 mode, a chaos mode for 4 vs 4 players. We also have extra modes available: Rumble, Snow Day and Drop Shot. Rumble gives you a random power every 10 seconds. Here are the official names from Psyonix: Debut, Disruptor, Freezer, Grappling Hook, Haymaker, Magnetizer, Plunger, Power Hitter, Spike, Swapper, and Tornado. Snow Day turns the ball into a hockey puck, which also brings new physics and requires many different ways to approach the game. Drop Shot is a special hexagonal arena where each hit increases the damage output of the ball for 3 possible damage phases. Your goal is to break the floor of the other team and drop the ball through it. The first hit on a floor tile will activate it. A second hit will break it open, allowing the ball to fall through. After a goal, the team that got scored on has its floor repaired. Drop Shot is a really fun mode. The longer you can keep the ball off the ground, the bigger the damage output. But, by allowing it to reach the third and most powerful phase, you risk being damaged by your opponents. A constant game of risk versus reward, mixed with the regular action. There's also competitive modes, again with standard, solo and duos mode, with an extra solo standard, where no one is allowed to play in a party. A forced solo queue for a true random standard game mode. Both this and extra modes will give you a rank, allowing you to earn season rewards based on your highest achieved rank for each season. How good is it to play with friends? Playing with friends makes it even better than it already is. Not only you'll be having fun, learning and evolving together, you will also laugh together when you and your friends make stupid mistakes, and celebrate when you manage to score a really nice goal with good teamwork. Playing with a friend allows you to know and trust each other, possibly resulting in riskier tactics, which forces you to try new stuff out, again, learning and improving continually. You can even play split screen with a friend on online matches. Do people still play it? How healthy is the player base? Rocket League is still one of the most played games on Steam alone, and that is ignoring all the PlayStation 4, Xbox One and Nintendo Switch players. Yes, there is crossplay. You will be playing against people on consoles if you're on PC and vice versa. Don't worry, there is no shortage of online players. You can easily find matches almost any hour of the day. Sure, a few extra modes may take longer to matchmake if you're trying to play at 4 AM when people are sleeping. But if you search for standard and duos, you will easily find a match. Is the game being updated? Constantly. There's always new stuff. The game is always improving. The soundtrack and sound design is awesome. There's events during the year. There is also a big esports scene, the RLCS, or Rocket League Championship Series. Isn't everyone highly skilled by now? There are all kinds of people with all kinds of levels and skills playing the game. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or if you're part of the top 5% best players. You will be matched against people of the same skill most of the time. Sure, there are smurfs, or people who create new accounts. And because there is no way to prevent that, sometimes you will play against people who clearly are way too skilled to be playing against you. When that happens, just quit if you feel like it. And if playing a competitive game mode, you can vote to forfeit after the timer gets to 3.5 or lower. You can also use the chance to observe and learn how or why you're losing. It really is up to each one of us how to handle it. Just remember to have fun. That's the only thing that matters. Should I use a controller or keyboard? When it comes to using a controller or keyboard, you should just use what you're most comfortable with. Myself, I've always played on consoles, so to this day, I use a controller even when playing first-person shooters on PC. There is no better option. They're both just means to an end, and you can be your best with any. But, as I said before, this is a highly mechanical game. After you get used to either one, there is no way to easily switch. If I tried to use keyboard mouse today, it would be almost like learning the game again. It takes time to create that second nature, so you should choose the one you prefer and stick with it. The bad. The same thing that makes this game amazing is what can sometimes make this a bad game. People. Just like any other multiplayer online game, you will find all kinds of people. Most are regular people, a few are really friendly and great to play with or against, which will many times lead to a good friendship, and some are shit. You will always find toxic behavior in every rank. The best thing you can do is simply ignore. It's no big deal. Just be prepared and ignore when you find someone like that. Your fun is the only thing you should be focusing on. Final words. There is a lot to Rocket League. Most are stuff you'll come across by playing it. I just wanted to try and bring new players to this amazing game. I can't imagine how many people must be thinking the same things I did long ago and don't know that they're missing one of the most unique experiences there is in the game space. I dislike almost all kinds of PvP or competitive modes in games. And still, Rocket League hooked me like few games have before. Because it is so hard to explain, I really hope I was able to make you curious, or interested enough to check it out, and also that I answered any doubt you may have had about it. If you still need some convincing, do let me know. Or, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. I'll answer as fast as I can. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again. Bye.